Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Just a warning, this is probably going to be a really long video. This is another sort of like collection video. I've done quite a few of these for my coat collection, my Jimmy Choo collection. I'm sure there's others that I can't think of right now, but yes, I kind of like walking through groups of objects that I love collecting and that I have a lot of. And because it's finally cold and the holidays are among us, I thought it was a really good time to kind of walk through my knitwear collection and all the different aspects of it, all the different parts that I love of it, some of my favorite brands, just all of the good things. So let's jump right in. I will start with what should I start with? Like loungewear, cashmere. Oh, there's so much to start with. Okay, we'll go from like casual up into the more dressy. So I just did a video on this, so I'm not going to go into like too much detail, but one of my favorite things ever are cashmere sets, and that's what I have in this box right here. I think nothing is more luxurious. Nothing just feels better when it's cold and gross outside and you're at home, you're feeling cozy, is wearing a head to toe cashmere set. I'm very, very lucky to have sort of built up my collection of this over the years. These have been Christmas presents, these have been purchases, these have been sale things. I mean, it's just something that anytime I can, I mean, I don't really need any more, but anytime I could see one in a color or design that I liked, I would try to pick it up or I was gifted it. So yes, I mentioned this briefly in my last video, again, my cozy clothes video, but this is by far the most beautiful cashmere set that I have. This is from Naadam, and I have two sets by them, and I will say their cashmere is so high quality. It's beautiful, very, very, very beautiful cashmere, and it's definitely on the higher side price point wise. I will be sharing kind of a range of cashmere from like really affordable to more premium like this. So it is more expensive, but I like how you don't get it as much with these because these are such a like beautiful, fine, delicate cable knit, but they're kind of like standard cashmere set, which I have in gray. This was a Christmas present from a few years ago. It's a really thick cashmere. It's really, really nice. It feels, this is like a high-waisted kind of like paperboy trouser, and they feel more durable, dare I say, than some of my other cashmere sets that I've gotten from Italic. So I have a gray set and then now this cream set from Naadam. And then from Italic, I have a black cashmere set where I have the black cashmere bottoms in both black and gray. And then I also have sort of the corresponding sweaters. And the nice thing, of course, about a cashmere set is that you can wear the top. I mean, obviously you can wear the whole thing out. I tend to be more afraid that my cashmere will snag or get ruined when I wear it out of the house like that. So I tend to just wear it in the house personally, but you certainly can wear the whole set out if you want. And even better is you can just wear the sweater out as a top. So I actually find it, even though it is a really indulgent purchase, I actually find it quite nice that you can break the setup and you can wear the sweater just like a regular sweater. It doesn't need to just be something that you only wear at home. So all about a cashmere set. The other thing cashmere set wise is something that I'm wearing. These are my cashmere leggings from H&M that I just have on with a little Zara sweater that is not cashmere, but it's a super nice, just cute, cozy kind of working from home outfit. And so yeah, cannot recommend a cashmere set enough. So while we're on the cashmere train, let's go into the cashmere. I have cashmere from, I think, maybe 5 different brands here. So I'm going to walk through cashmere that I have from H&M Premium, which is sort of exactly what it sounds like, the more premium line that H&M has. So it actually is really nice cashmere, higher price point because cashmere is expensive for H&M. I think it's pretty well priced in general for cashmere. I'm going to talk about Quince, which is a great brand, Uniqlo and Italic and Naadam. And I think that's it. I think those are the only places that I have cashmere from. So let's get into it. This is a new purchase. This is my Naadam burgundy wine cashmere sweater. And the cool thing about Quince, oh sorry, I said Naadam, from Quince. The cool thing about Quince, they're very similar to Italic, but they feature this sort of like $50 cashmere. So if you're on a budget, but you do want to invest in some cashmere, this is a really good option for you. This comes in like 15 colors. It comes in a ton of different colors, a ton of different cuts. I always tend to prefer either a turtleneck cut, a mock neck tuck cut like this, or a crew neck style. I'm not as into the V-neck, but that's just a personal preference. It's really up to you. I just thought this burgundy color was really beautiful. Still a neutral in my opinion. I wasn't really going that crazy with the colors, but if you do love color, then they certainly have those options. And I've been really pleased with this sweater. I think it's definitely not like my favorite cashmere out of all my cashmere, but it's still cashmere. And for $50, you really can't beat that. So again, if you're, on a budget, this could be a really good option for you. I'm going to stick to kind of my colored cashmeres and then I'm going to go into my neutral ones. So this one is from Naadam. And again, I mean, they just really, out of everything I have here, this is the most expensive cashmere. I believe this sweater was like $280 or something, $300. This is sort of an oversized fisherman sweater in this gorgeous green color. I haven't actually worn this yet other than around the house just because it hasn't been cold enough in New York to do so, but it's finally starting to get cool. I'm definitely going to be wearing this a ton this summer. Or this winter. Really can't talk today, but I'm just obsessed with this sort of oversized fit. But more importantly, the thing that I love about Naadam cashmere is it's really thick cashmere. So it feels just like really beautifully made, really like very well knitted, I guess. And yeah, it just wears really well. It does pill easily, but my friend who works in fashion says that actually the highest quality cashmere pills easier. So it's not that it's a worse cashmere, it's that it's a better cashmere. And I have a whole video on how to take care of your luxury clothes and how I take care of my cashmere is in that, and it talks all about how to depill. So if you get that little shaver thing, I highly recommend for your knitwear. It's going to keep everything looking new and fresh and like you just bought it instead of sort of like an old, because even a cashmere sweater can look really run down if you've got all the pills and everything. So definitely invest in a depiller if you are starting to invest in some cashmere. Total side note. But yeah, obsessed with that green color, kind of venturing into fun new territory with my cashmere collection just because, I mean, as you can see here, I pretty much just stick to neutral colors. I mean, obviously this is quite an investment, so I like to have a type of sweater that's going to go with everything. So another thing I was on the hunt for, which one of you guys suggested, so thank you so much. You suggested Uniqlo, and I don't know why I didn't think of that. I was having a lot of trouble finding a navy cashmere sweater that was like the perfect color of navy. I wanted a really rich, like not too purple, not too blue, just like that perfect inky navy, and Uniqlo had it. So thank you again for that, because that was exactly what I wanted. This is a unisex sweater, so it's gonna have a more not feminine cut to it, which I like. It's a little bit more like the Naadam sort of oversized sweater. They do have sweaters for women as well, like specifically that are cut a little bit slimmer. But I just honestly kind of like the casual nature of this, and I like having it a little bit oversized. It has more of like a cool factor to it in my opinion. So I've been loving this. I've been wearing this sweater. I mean, it looks great with just jeans, but I've been wearing this so much with my wool COS pants. That is like one of my favorite outfits with my little Converse tennis shoes. I just think it's so great. And so I've just been obsessed. I think the quality is really nice. The price point is definitely still high. I think as it should be, again, because cashmere is expensive. I think that was around $100. I will leave links below so you'll know exactly the price, but not more on the keen side in terms of affordable as compared to like an Naadam, and very good quality, just wearing really well. So I'm super happy with my Uniqlo. The next one is another oversized, and then everything else is like a little bit more fitted. But oh, actually, you know what? Let's go into this one first. This was another one that I picked up from Uniqlo that I've been wearing nonstop, and it's kind of like a little crop number almost. This looks really good with like high waist trousers. It looks so good. I have these like wool cream pants if I'm doing like a head to toe kind of cream look, which I love for the winter. I just think it looks like really rich and luxurious. So this was a nice little top. I think this was around $80. The only little problem I have with this is it is quite sheer. You have to definitely either wear kind of an Aerism base layer underneath or wear a really nude bra. So that is one thing I don't love about this. I wish it was like a little bit thicker, which is strange because their navy sweater is thicker. So I don't know what was going on with that, but the cut of this I really enjoyed. And again, just another good find from Uniqlo. The next two that I want to touch on are two sweaters from H&M Premium. And honestly, I think I'm going to do like a whole other video on H&M Premium because it's kind of like a little secret. Like I feel like they haven't really made it known that they're testing out this sort of like premium part of their business. But if you just go and Google, sometimes it pops up on the website as its own category, but sometimes if you Google on the app or on their web, just Google Premium, like H&M Premium, and all of their premium items will show up. They may have really great leather items, cashmere, silks, like just very well made versions of some of their less expensive items, but then they've just elevated it in terms of the materials that they've used. So you still get that like cool classic H&M kind of vibe, but in a really luxurious material. So this was the first sweater that I ever picked up. I think this is actually an extra small. No, it's a small. Okay, so it's not that crazy, but this is this oversized giant sweater that I picked up from H&M, and I love it. I know it looks a little silly, but this is like the perfect sweater over leggings with boots. It's almost like a little mini dress. It's like so oversized. But what I love about it too is it's like a really gorgeous color. This charcoal gray I think is so beautiful. It's so soft. It's such a nice cashmere, honestly. Like I was blown away by H&M when I first got this sweater. I'm still blown away. I think it's like incredible quality. It's definitely not as thick as like an Naadam, but the softness. This is definitely probably one of my softest sweaters that I have. So I definitely had really high hopes for this sweater. And so I ordered this little guy, which is a kind of short sleeve number. And I will say, I do love this sweater. It is a lot thicker than the other ones. So in terms of like the thickness of the cashmere, it is very thick, which I appreciate. It's very heavy duty. I love this cut so much. You might think like, why would you want a sweater that's short sleeved? But honestly, on those days where it's a little bit in between, it's actually really nice to have your arms free and to just like tuck this in to your trousers and have a little bit more of like a form-fitted look and not worrying about having to like push your sleeves up when you get a little too hot. So I love this look. I have this kind of cut of top in a lot of different colors and things that are not cashmere, but I wanted a cashmere version. However, I will say this one just feels really different compared to this one. Is like so soft and kind of floppy, for lack of a better word. This one's a little more rigid and like it's not as soft. It's softened up a little bit actually as I've worn it, but I was just kind of surprised. So they definitely are different cashmere. So that's one thing I will say. I mean, I only have two H&M Premium sweaters, but they don't seem totally consistent in terms of the type of cashmere that they use. In this, even the leggings that I'm wearing now has a very different cashmere. I'm going to share like a cardigan in a second with you all as well that I got that's H&M Premium, that's cashmere, that is also a little bit rough. And so I don't know what that's about, but just letting you know that it is pretty inconsistent in terms of like what the cashmere kind of feels like. But still nice. I definitely would like still recommend, frankly, getting stuff from H&M. Now, the brand that I have the most cashmere from is by far Italic. I have two boxes down here. I'm showing you one, and then I have two sweaters in the other. And This is all Italic. I will say, full disclosure, I bought all of these sweaters from Italic when Italic, I don't know if they got purchased by private equity or something, but they're a very different brand now from what I've seen as a consumer. I think when they first started, I think they were like trying to go that normal growth route and just get a lot of customers. So it was like really high quality sweaters, like very high quality for very little money, which was not sustainable. And I knew that. So I bought as many sweaters as I possibly could. And I think once they figured out that they couldn't really continue at that pace, then they like really raised their prices. So for example, I'm pretty sure like most of these sweaters I bought for like $80 maybe. And now, you know, they're in the 200s, 180, I'm pretty sure last time I looked on the site. The other thing is that they started using sweaters that were manufactured in different areas. So for example, I think a lot of their cashmere is manufactured in Hong Kong now. So it also takes a while to get to you. It can take like 10 to 15 days. This is just my experience from the last 2 cashmere pieces that I purchased from Italic. And that's kind of why I stopped buying stuff from Italic. But these earlier pieces, so I won't go into all these with you because honestly, they're like pretty standard, just like crew neck, crew neck and turtleneck. I'll talk about those 2 styles because those are really my favorite and kind of how I like to style them up. But in general, I wouldn't really recommend Italic now, but old Italic was chef's kiss. It was the best cashmere. So for example, here's a really stunning cream sweater. I mean, so soft, so beautifully made, and just like a classic crew neck style. This looks so good tucked into trousers, looks really good with just jeans, with little silky pants. Oh, I mean, there's like a million ways that you can kind of style up a cashmere, but those are my favorite in terms of the Italic cashmere. A favorite cut of mine is this turtleneck that I have. So I have this in cream and I have this in gray, and this is often the style that I will pair with my cashmere jogger pants. But this is like the turtleneck that I pack when I'm going on a trip. Like I know I can wear this so many different times with so many different outfits. It's just such a good, it has this like ribbing on the arm and then the turtleneck little neck part. So yeah, that kind of cut is my personal favorite. I just think it's super flattering, as well as sort of the crew neck cut. And then also this mock neck cut where it just comes up a little bit. Those are my favorite. So any kind of sweater that kind of falls with that cut, I'm like super into getting. Okay, I'm gonna move along now. Otherwise this video is just gonna be like an hour long. Okay, now I'm gonna kind of talk about some different forms of sweaters that I love. And one of those is something that has been trending. It's honestly a classic. It's just something that classics are kind of trending a little bit this year. And that's the cardigan. I was pretty anti-cardigan, I'm going to be perfectly honest, for quite a while, because I do think the cardigan can kind of fall into like just a too prim and proper territory, which isn't totally my kind of look that I'm going for. However, I do think a cardigan can be super practical if you just want to throw something on that's going to keep you a little warm. Maybe you're cold in the office, or it's not quite cold enough for like a full jacket and you just need a little bit of warmth, or you just kind of want to look cool and layer your outfit and like throw it over your shoulders. It's great for just adding a little bit of like visual interest to your outfit. So the cardigan definitely has a lot of practical purposes, but I also think it looks cool when I style it with some of my more sort of edgy pieces. So like my leather pants, for example. I think adding a cardigan to that can make it just have that nice like yin and yang quality to it, which I love doing with my outfits when I can. So I know we were talking about H&M Premium a little bit, but this is a cardigan that I picked up from H&M Premium that is an oversized cardigan. So this is very much I want to be cozy. A lot of times I wear this when I'm at home with the cashmere black leggings. I'm not gonna lie, it's not the softest. I think that's why it probably went on clearance. It's also like super oversized. So this is an extra small, and it's really extra small. It's really oversized. So it's not the softest. Like honestly, in a blind test, I would not think this was cashmere touching it. So I don't know what's going on with that. Again, I said H&M was like a little bit inconsistent with their cashmere, and I mean it. But visually, it's very cute and it's very warm. So I do love this sort of like oversized look to a cardigan. However, I've been really into the more sort of fitted cardigan. I think it can be really flattering and cute over like dresses and just like t-shirts to kind of, again, just add a little bit of more structure to an outfit. This was the cardigan that kind of like kicked off the whole cardigan purchasing, and this was just a really simple one from H&M, and honestly this was such a good buy. I got it in a size small. I'm sure it's polyester or something. It's viscose. And it's perfect. It's just that little thing you want to throw on and just, yeah, keep you warm but not disrupt the outfit, if that makes any sense. So that was a great one to start with. This next one I saw on Mango, and what I loved about it is it does not come with the matching little t-shirt top underneath, but I love pairing it with this. And this is 100% wool, so it's really nice fabric. Feels fantastic on the skin. It breathes really well, which I love. And so, yeah, I wore this all of my vacation. That was so nice to have both the short sleeve and the cardigan, because when I would get hot, I would just take off the cardigan and just have sort of the little short sleeve sweater. And then when I would get cold at night, or maybe like inside where they were cranking the air conditioning, then I would throw the cardigan back on. Again, you can wear them totally as separates, which is great. I love this camel color. It's a classic. So perfect neutral. You can pair it with navies, blacks, pretty much anything. I loved pairing this with my black recycled leather pants. I thought this looked really, really nice and really cool and not too prissy that way. And then this is such a new purchase. I still haven't taken the tag off yet, but this is a thicker wool sweater or cardigan from Zara that I saw, I wanted, it sold out. And so when it came back, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I need that. So I got this, and yeah, again, it's just a really nice neutral. I think the gray color pairs really beautifully with like navy trousers and little white tennis shoes, and it just kind of gives that like you've got mail vibe to an outfit. So I've really been loving cardigans, and I just think everyone kind of needs one in their wardrobe as, again, a practical thing to throw on where you don't have to commit to like a full jacket and have it really ruin the outfit. It's just like a nice little touch when you need a little bit of warmth. So love the cardigan. Another big sort of knitwear staple for me in my closet are actually something I haven't worn as much this year, but over the last couple of years, if you go back and watch a lot of my older videos, I wore sweater vests all the time. I was obsessed with the sweater vest, and this is one of my favorites. This is from H&M. Again, some kind of synthetic fabric in a size small, and it's a little tunic-esque, which I love. I love that it's black. I love that it's high neck. I love that it's sleeveless, because my favorite way to wear this is with like a big white button-up shirt underneath, or like just any kind of big shirt underneath where the collar sticks out over this top, and then you have your sleeves free. And then I love that it's long enough that it covers the bum, so I can wear like leather leggings or just leggings with boots. I just think a sweater vest is like such a good layering piece to make an outfit that could seemingly seem really simple, really cool. And so I need to grab for this more, because this is honestly like, I wore this so much over the past years, and I'll just keep it in my closet because it's such a good buy. I at some point was really looking for like a plain cream one. This is another favorite of mine. I will never get rid of this because I love it so much. This is from the Frankie shop, and it is, again, a perfect layering piece for a big white button-up with cream pants, and it just makes an outfit that could look really simple, like a white button-up with trousers, just look a lot cooler. I love this huge oversized factor. So yeah, a sweater vest. Which, when you say sweater vest, that makes it seem, again, like a little like nerdy, a little buttoned up, but I think it adds a cool factor because it's got that sort of like oversized look and feel to it. So love a sweater vest. Second type of knitwear, but not the second, like the 100th type of knitwear that I have, that is a big staple in my wardrobe, are stripes. Stripes knitwear. I mean, Shocker, right? But again, another classic, but I have a few that are my absolute favorite. This was one I believe I picked up last year from Zara, and I loved that it was black with the cream stripes. They're kind of tan almost. But believe it or not, this is kind of a rare one. Normally you see the like cream and black stripes. So I loved that. I love that this was like a little bit different, and it looks super cute over just like when I'm wearing a t-shirt, throw it on over it with like jeans and little ballet flats. It's just a classic. I feel like you really can't go wrong with like a striped knitwear. This is size small, and yeah, it's super cute. Again, this is the more classic look where it's like the cream with the stripes. I got this from COS over the summer. Now that I'm looking at it, honestly, this looks navy. Have I been wearing this thinking this was black this whole time? I think the answer is yes. Okay, so anyway, again, a very classic look. This is like a lighter knitwear, which I love. This is more of what I would consider like a spring summer knitwear. So I haven't worn it much this season, but I definitely probably will in the spring more. And then this was a sweater in, again, a very classic kind of camel color that I love, but it is one of those Italic sweaters that I ordered later on. The quality is still really nice, I will say. It's very thick, very nice, classic cut. Looks great with like navy trousers and jeans, but did take a while to get to me. It came from Hong Kong, and it was definitely a much higher price point than I was paying before. So Italic is still a good option. It's certainly still affordable, especially for cashmere. I just want to give that disclaimer as I'm like showing you guys all of my stuff. So this one is striped, but I wanted to kind of pull it out into its own category because I have two sweaters like this, and I do think they're really great statement pieces for knitwear. So something that's great about knitwear is getting like a really, again, gosh, this looks navy. So great. This is a really chunky knit. So when it's really cold or I want just a really kind of big statement piece, especially against leathers and things like that, I love a chunky knit. And this was from Zara. It's definitely a little bit tougher to wear, especially with coats and whatnot, but I just love a nice chunky knit. It's a statement. It's very like winter is here. So love that one. This is probably my favorite chunky knit in terms of what I wear the most, just because of the shape I think is so beautiful. Oh, this is actually a medium. Yeah, so I got this from H&M, and I just think the shape is great. I love how the sleeves are like kind of ballooned, and it's not cropped, but it's like a mid crop, so it's not long, so it looks really nice with more high-waisted pieces. You can see my makeup on it. I'm doing that. And then, yeah, it's just got that nice, like, thick, luxurious knit. This I know was extremely inexpensive, and I think it looks quite nice. So I definitely don't discount, you know, the H&Ms and the Zaras in terms of knitwear. I will say they definitely sort of like wear down over time, but I've had some of these pieces for like 5-7 years. So definitely doesn't always mean that it might be fast fashion, but you might hang on to it for a long time. The next category of sort of like staples in my wardrobe, in my knitwear wardrobe at least, are these like really oversized sweaters. And I have really 3 of them. One of them was that gray premium H&M cashmere sweater that I showed you. That's my favorite oversized sweater. That's really the first one that I will grab for if I'm thinking I just want to be like hugged in a huge sweater. This, I say the next 2 are tied because they're honestly so different. You can't really compare them. This is a gigantic oversized sweater from COS that I love just making the most basic outfit out of, like leggings and boots. But you know what? When it's winter, it's what you like to go for. So yeah, I just love that this is so gigantic. I love that it has this like huge sleeves, huge neckline. Like sometimes you just want to feel cozy. And I also love that color of gray. It's kind of speckled. It's really pretty color of gray. It's not your normal cool toned kind of charcoal. And then this sweater, I was obsessed with it when I got it, and I wore it all the time, and I'm honestly still obsessed with it. This is my first and maybe only piece from Co. I love that it tells you what season it's from. This was fall winter 2020, And I think this sweater is so beautifully made. I got it off the RealReal because I wanted a black oversized sweater, which is exactly what it is. It's super heavy, which I love because that makes me feel like it's really well made, but it's also super heavy, so it's really hard to pack. I do not bring this when I travel because this would add like 5 pounds to my suitcase. And sometimes it's hard to wear because it's so heavy. But if you're looking for sort of a built-in weighted blanket, this might be the sweater for you. I just think having a big black oversized sweater again, having just an oversized sweater like that in all the neutrals really, I think you can never go wrong with it, especially for those winter days where you just feel so like, meh, you know? Okay, the final two bits are, I've touched on this a little bit, I'll actually pull this other one in, are short-sleeved sweaters. One second. Short-sleeve sweaters. And as I mentioned, I know that sounds really silly, but I actually find them to be quite practical. This is one from Italic. This is a black cashmere t-shirt, which is so great. I love packing this when I travel. It's such a nice, it's so breathable, like having a wool top like this is a little TMI, but even if you think you're sweating a lot, I swear, it's so breathable. It just kind of like lets it all out, and then you go back and you smell the shirt thinking you're gonna have to wash it, and it smells fine. It's magical. So having natural fibers like that is definitely a win. This is wool. And yeah, I just think it's really, it adds a little bit of luxuriousness to an outfit instead of just putting on a regular cotton t-shirt. So if you're wanting to make something look a little more formal and interesting, having sort of a knitted tee is a way to keep things still looking cool and young, but warm and just a little more elevated. This is a style that I shared with you all a while back that's been quite trendy this year, and I love it. I think it's really cute and easy, and again, a nice simple alternative that's a little more interesting than a t-shirt. I love the little collar, the little polo collar, and I just think it's super cute tucked into my trousers and even a little skirt. So I think this would look really cute tucked into my black leather skirt from Pixie Market that I have. Yeah, just kind of like a fun little, almost like 50s throwback look and feel. So definitely don't think that sweaters and knitwear are just for long sleeves. I think having some sort of transitional pieces are really smart as well. And one kind of wild card I want to throw out there before I go into my final piece, which is something I'm obsessed with and I wear all the time, is this. This is a cashmere wrap, and I want to give it a shout out. It's in its own category because talk about elegant and elevated. This was something I was on the look for so long, and I did actually order this from Italic, and I think it actually came within a week from California, and it feels fantastic. This is such nice material. It was around $200, so it definitely was expensive, but it's so beautiful when you have dresses. So I have like this blue silk dress from Quince where when you're out and you want to look more formal, I love just like wrapping this around me. I love wearing it as a big scarf when I'm on a plane, and then you can kind of turn it into a blanket. I just think this is one of those pieces that can really, like if you have an all cream outfit and then throw this on, it just looks so elegant. And I love this color because I think it looks so beautiful against black. I think it looks so beautiful with navies, with grays. Like it's a really easy color to match with things in my opinion. And I love that it can be day or night. So I did think about getting this in black, but I do like the versatility of the camel. So this has been like such a good buy for me. And then the final thing is something that I wear probably the most in the winter, at least when I'm out and about, and that is the sweater dress, the knitted dress. I just think it's such a great invention. It's so warm, it's so chic looking, and I have a few different ones that I will share my absolute favorites with you all. Some of them you can't get anymore, some of them you still can, but I have quite the collection now, I would say, of sweater dresses, so let's jump into those. I wasn't lying. I was not lying at all. Okay. This is a fun little one. Again, real oversized sweater dress that I wore nonstop last year. This is from H&M, and it's very like Andy Warhol factory vibes, very 60s, very fun. I love pairing this with my boots from The Row. It's certainly a little more of like a trendy piece, but I just love how like soft and big and oversized it is. So that was kind of like a more fun sweater dress that I've had. I also have this little short one. To be honest though, I don't grab for this as much as I probably should. This is a cashmere sweater dress from Quince. This is such a good like work dress if you work in a really semi more conservative environment. You're sort of looking for some winter workwear clothes. This is a really nice dress. I don't know why. I think I'm just really drawn to that elongated silhouette of the midi to almost maxi dress in terms of a sweater dress. I just think a lot of times I'm wearing long coats over it, so just having that really long and lean look, in my opinion, I tend to like that more than some of the like shorter stuff. And this has been one of my favorite dresses of all time. This is from the Frankie shop. It has little shoulder pads in it. It's this gorgeous gray color. I think this is really flattering in my opinion with my skin tone and my hair and stuff. And I love that it has two like big slits on the side so that even though it's longer, I feel like it's really easy to wear. And I feel really comfortable wearing this for a variety of occasions. And I think that's why I really love this exact sort of cut of sweater dress, because it can be formal. You can wear it with black tights and high heels and black boots, kind of dress it up, or it can just be wear it in the office with some little ballet flats and not be as formal. And I think that's what I like about it, is you can wear it in a lot of kind of different scenarios, and you can wear it day to night, which is nice. This is one that I picked up over the summer in the COS sale. I think I already shared this with you guys, so I won't go into too much detail, but I did pick up this one and then another black one in a really heavy kind of wool fabric. So we shall see if I actually end up wearing these. Sometimes with sweater dresses, it can be too hot. This one though, which I saved the best for last, is the holy grail of sweater dresses. They kind of came out with, not this one exactly this year, but I'll link the most similar one they came out with. And it's the light merino wool sweater dress in black from COS. This thing I wore more than anything in my wardrobe over the winter last year. And I've already worn it multiple times this year, and it just started getting cold. So by far, this is one of my most worn pieces. It's so beautiful. I think it's very chic. This is just the piece that I grab for when I'm like, what am I gonna wear? I don't know. I'm in a hurry. I need to go to work. I need to go to an event. It's cold and rainy outside. Like, this is just such an incredible option. The detailing on it is beautiful. And yeah, COS came out with even an atelier version of this that has like a hood if you want to get more trendy with it. But in general, the sweaters, I really honestly I don't need, because obviously I have an incredible amount of knitwear, as you can see. And this isn't even all of it, which is wild. But I really want to try out COS's cashmere and some of their more like sweater stuff, because clearly I love their sweater dresses. So I'm sure I would absolutely love their other stuff. So we shall see. Maybe if I see a good color that I like. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that walkthrough. Let me know if there's a category or kind of type of knitwear that you really love, or like a brand that you really love that I haven't covered here. And yeah, I just love hearing from you guys about that. So let me know below, and I will see you all in my next video.